Hey there, YouTube. This is Fragments of Memory once again, aka the Armchair Philosopher. Now, I've been checking out some videos on YouTube of a buddy of mine named Jason STL, good YouTuber buddy of mine, and he talked about his relationship with an Asian woman. And then I got to thinking, well, before that, I was watching other videos too about just other YouTubers talking about dating a certain race. Now, I know in a past video I've talked about this. I've talked about the whole idea of dating a race. And I myself never really understood that. I just don't understand that. Only because, don't get me wrong, I understand that people have their own personal preferences, their own personal appetites, and their whims and fancies, if you can accept that expression. I think the only thing that makes me laugh about the whole thing is the fact that someone is actually setting out to date a race. And I understand that because of cultural and societal baggage, if you will, a person is raised a certain way, so they have certain values, certain customs, and even the languages that they speak may affect the psychology of the individual. I have noticed that people just seem to talk about this whole dating of a race thing. And my whole thing is if I have a rapport with someone, I automatically have a rapport with someone. I don't go seeking out whom to date, so to speak. I don't like say I'm looking for a certain type. Now I will acknowledge that I myself have a certain physical type that I might be drawn to. I might have certain tendencies and proclivities that I've seen a pattern emerging in who I tend to look at and desire and want to be with. But I don't go, you know what? I want to find an Asian, or I want to find a Puerto Rican, or I want to find a Mongolian, well, excuse me, or I want to find a European, or I want to find a black woman. No, I don't really have that thing going on with myself. I also find it amazing, well, not necessarily amazing, but I do find it interesting that a lot of people talk about attempting to attract the opposite sex. And what I find ironic is I don't really think there is any way to attract the opposite sex. Or maybe there is, but I don't think we necessarily have the magical button to push and then it happens. Because strangely enough, I've been in situations where I thought this I would be thinking, man, I just walked in the door and then all of a sudden maybe this lady showed an interest in me and I wasn't aware of it. But then I found out that, oh yeah, so and so has a crush on you, or so and so's after you, and you're wondering, I didn't do anything to try to attract you, or at least not to my knowledge. I just showed up and said hello and went on about my daily business. Where you saw all these wonderful potentialities and wonderful things within me that I wasn't even thinking about. Maybe it was the type of clothing I wore. Maybe it was the scented oil I wore. Maybe it was my personality or my demeanor. And I have no idea what that is, what triggered you liking me or giving me or wanting to give me the time of day. And this is not really a complaint. This isn't a complaint. This is just a reality that many times I've been in situations where, and I don't want to say many times, but I have found in my personal experiences, in my personal history, that if a woman were interested in me, whether she told me or not, I I never knew what it was that had her interested in me. I just realized one day, oh, Lisa, I'll throw out a name. Lisa, is showing an interest in me. I had no idea. I thought you really was indifferent to me. And I have noticed that when a lady is into a man, I've noticed this pattern that she's constantly always making excuses to be around him. Where if a woman could care less, she's not stunting you. She's not thinking about you. She's not even worried about you. But then if a woman's interested though, she's constantly coming up with reasons to be around you. Hey, I need to ask you about this. Hey, what you doing? Whatever the case might be. And again, speaking from personal experience, I just found that interesting that I myself, the times that the women that I have been involved with, I wasn't, I don't know what trick I used or special bag of magic I used or whatever the case might be that had that woman say, I want to be with you, or I want to spend time with you, or I want to be up under you. Why is anyone drawn to anyone anyway? I don't know. So I just found that interesting. So to me, I really don't think there is a trick to attracting the opposite sex. I really don't think there's a special trick. That's it. I mean, that's really what it's all about. Well, that's all for my video now. I just wanted to at least throw that out there and comment in the comment section, or just like or dislike or whatever the case might be. Take care. Thank you.